Truckers, let me ask you a question. Have you ever been flagged during an inspection and you're thinking, what the heck did I forget? I thought everything was on point. As a DOT cop, I see this every single week where a driver rolls in confident thinking they're all squared away. Lo and behold, they have violations or even worse, out of service violations. And it's usually this one small thing that gets them jammed up. Today, I'm going to be breaking down the number one most overlooked thing that gets drivers violations and put out of service during DOT inspections. This is a really simple thing. It's super avoidable, but yet still it puts many of drivers out of service, and many drivers miss this. Let's get into it. So here's the thing. DOT inspections are designed and made to be pretty thorough. Whether it's level 1, 2, or 3, they're designed to enable inspectors to kind of scrutinize and see how companies are ran, how safely they're operating, and just in general, their upkeep with maintenance. We're looking for signs generally of how you maintain your truck as well. And one of the biggest red flags is going to be neglect. And this neglect is not just in your engine, it's not just in your tires. I'm speaking about the type of neglect that shows us if a company or a driver are cutting corners. If you guessed it, ding, 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 it's your paperwork. Yes, you heard me right. The number one thing that has truckers and owner operators either failing or getting violation or getting put out of service during DOT inspections is going to be their paperwork. Not having your documents organized, up to date, and ready to go can be a huge stopping point during a DOT inspection. And while not being organized is not in itself a violation, not having your paperwork up to date is a real thing that I want to hit on here, because this is the thing that can put you out of service. Whether it's your IFTA being outdated or not valid at all, or if you don't have it, it can be your vehicle registration, any permits that you may need for load that you're hauling, and several other pieces of paperwork that need to be valid and up to date in order to keep you safe and rolling on the road. I can't tell you how many times drivers are fumbling with paperwork, between 5 and 10 minutes as I'm standing there and I simply ask for their vehicle registration. I understand everyone's not perfect, but you gotta have at least some of those things right there squared away. You know what I always say? Have it all in a binder. A lot of times, keep in mind, if you can't produce any of the paperwork that we're asking for, whether that be med card, license, registration, IFTA, things of that nature, it can be treated as if you don't have it at all. So if you can't produce it, electronically or in paper, a lot of times it can be treated as if you don't have it, and you don't want to be in a situation like that. What I recommend you do is take pictures of everything. Have an electronic copy on your cell phone. Take a picture of your med card. Take a picture of your license, your reg, and everything. So in the event of anything, you lose a wallet or anything at all, you have everything on your phone. And here's the thing, whether you're a new driver or not, you might be thinking, well, it's just paperwork. They might just let me off with just a warning. Unfortunately, that's not always the case, and that always can't happen. If you're missing your med card on file and in person, that's an out of service. Now, several classes of license don't really require you to hold your paper copy on you, like A and Bs. A lot of times those are in the system if they are reported to the system, but some guys forget to self-certify, forget to put it in the system, and then they have no med card on file, nor do they carry the paper copy. So I always say keep a paper copy either way. Just keep a paper copy, or you can have a picture of it on your phone. If your logs aren't current, that's an hours of service violation. If your registration isn't current or expired, that's another violation as well. So have those things squared away and up to date. This stuff isn't just technical. It affects your CSA score, your job, and whether or not you get to keep moving, or if you're put out of service for hours on end or a full day. And here's the kicker. Most of it is 100% preventable. All right, I'm gonna give you a game plan right now to help you stay clean during any DOT inspection, whether it be a level 1, 2, or 3. These things will help you. Get a document binder or folder labeled by category. I want you to print backups of everything, including ELD, have your paper logs and everything like that, but print or take pictures as backup for everything, for every single document that you have in your truck. This sounds like a lot. This literally takes 5 minutes or less. Snap a quick pic. Make the first day of every month your paperwork day. Run through, make sure everything is current. Again, this takes probably like 20 minutes. It doesn't take that long, and it saves you a lot of time and money and fines in the future. And know what we're gonna ask for before we even ask for it. Well, how do you know what we're gonna ask for? I'm about to tell you. The majority, and I mean the majority in most DOT inspectors across all states, are gonna ask for things like your license, your registration for the cab and the trailer. They're gonna ask for your IFTA, your logs to be transferred, and things of that nature. So have at least those things squared away and good to go, and your med card too. If you can get a handle of those things that I just said to you, that cuts down a lot of confusion and time, and you will have prepared already most of what you're gonna need for the inspection. I wanna say 80 to 85% of the times, any trucker that hands me an organized binder driver, their inspection ends up being a lot better than other people who are extremely disorganized. Because again, if you appear organized, if your paperwork is squared away, a lot of times your truck is squared away too. Not always, but a lot of times. When an inspector stops you for an inspection, whether it be a level 1, 2, or 3 DOT inspection, and someone hands them a binder that's squared away with everything organized, yes, we get so happy. So be that person, please. Story time. All right, I'm gonna tell you a story about a guy that I stopped last month. Everything was almost perfect. Truck was spotless. I mean, his paperwork, for the most part, was spotless. He wasn't sleepy or anything like that. Tires were all good. Trailer was all good. Again, almost everything was spotless. Then I asked him to transfer his logs. And that's where the trouble began. He then told me, well, I've been having trouble with my ELD and, connectivity issues. So I said, okay, that's cool. As long as it's current or you wrote down what the issues were somewhere in the logs or you had paper logs that you kept track of, when your ELD started malfunctioning, we'll be all good. He says to me, 1, I don't even have paper logs. And 2, when my ELD malfunctioned, I just stopped using it and just kept driving as normal. And as though that seems like the okay or common sense thing to do, it's not. Because there was so much time unaccounted for. This driver also did not even report the malfunctions. Nothing was noted at all. So in the end, he got taken out of service for 10 hours because of pretty much a $1 piece of paper. Just don't let that be you. Document everything. Document. If your ELD malfunctions, make a note, document, report it, and use paper logs for the rest. If you found this video helpful, do me a huge favor and drop a comment below and tell me about one thing that you double check every time before any DOT inspection. And don't forget, hit that subscribe button if you want to keep learning how to stay off DOT cops' negative radar. If you've learned any value from this video, or this has even saved you one headache, share it with any of your trucking pals or owner-operator buddies so we can help the industry keep running safe. Make sure to check out all the other videos on my channel, and until the next video, stay safe and keep rolling.